Prince William, Duke of Cambridge, and Catherine, Princess of Wales, are navigating the daunting path of raising their children within the British royal family, which brings unique challenges and unique opportunities. Their approach is careful and deliberate, balancing tradition with a modern perspective. In particular, William has been vocal about his efforts to protect their youngest son, Prince Louis, from the relentless scrutiny of the press and the shaping force of social media, aiming to give him as close to a normal upbringing as possible within the framework of royal life. Shielding Prince Louis, navigating a minefield of media exposure. Prince Louis's birth, like those of his siblings Prince George and Princess Charlotte, drew global media coverage, but as the youngest of William and Kate's children, he has been carefully shielded from excessive public appearances. William, who experienced firsthand the effects of constant public scrutiny from a young age, is deeply aware of the toll it can take. He has often spoken about the pressures he faced after the tragic and intensely publicized death of his mother, Princess Diana, an event that reshaped his relationship with the media. William's intent to protect Louis is not just a reaction to his own experiences, but also part of a broader goal to modernize royal parenting. He and Kate have consciously avoided the traditional expectation that every step of their children's lives should be displayed for the world to see. William has instead taken a firm stance on ensuring that their family has a measure of privacy, a monumental task considering the media's unyielding interest. He wants Louis to grow up with a strong sense of identity and self-worth, not one constantly defined by headlines and photo ops. Media and social media, guarding young minds. In the era of smartphones and social media, William and Kate are acutely aware of the potential dangers these platforms pose to young minds. William, who has advocated for mental health and technology awareness through initiatives like Heads Together, is particularly cautious about the impact that social media can have on children. He is determined to protect Prince Louis from the relentless flow of information and comparison that platforms like Instagram and TikTok can foster. This commitment means limiting Louis's exposure to screens and encouraging activities that foster real-world engagement. William and Kate are known to actively control their children's screen time, encouraging them to play outside, read books, and interact with people around them rather than be absorbed in virtual spaces. This approach reflects a broader vision of a wholesome upbringing, where children can develop curiosity, resilience, and a healthy sense of self-worth outside the digital sphere. Emphasis on family bonding, grounding in compassion and values. Family time for the Cambridges is much more than a routine. It's a critical anchor. William and Kate strive to create an atmosphere where their children are nurtured by kindness, compassion, and a genuine love of life's simple joys. They have spoken publicly about their love for outdoor adventures and often engage their children in nature-based activities like hiking and exploring. They also emphasize creative hobbies, such as painting and crafting, which allow the children to express themselves freely. These activities are designed not only to build family bonds, but also to impart values that William and Kate hold dear: empathy, humility, and an appreciation for the world beyond palace walls. From baking at home to spending weekends in the countryside, the family is known for its dedication to the simple pleasures of life. For William, this emphasis on hands-on activities helps remind his children that while they may live extraordinary lives, they can still find joy and purpose in ordinary things. By reinforcing these values, he hopes to prepare Louis, George, and Charlotte to be compassionate adults who will, one day, serve the public with a genuine sense of duty and humility. Balancing the role of royal with the role of parent. As senior members of the British royal family, William and Kate are constantly juggling official duties, from public engagements to charity work. Their roles demand time, energy, and attention, yet they have made a firm commitment to ensure that their children's needs are prioritized. Unlike previous generations of royals who had heavily regimented lives and formal upbringings, William and Kate believe in being hands-on parents, even if it means reshuffling royal schedules or missing out on high-profile engagements. For instance, William often rearranges his commitments to be present for his children's major milestones, and Kate, too, has frequently turned down engagements to ensure she's available for school runs or family events. Their approach challenges the traditional royal playbook. illustrating a belief that being a parent cannot be secondary to royal obligations. Maintaining this balance, however, requires constant adaptation. Insiders close to the family note that William has been strategic about selecting engagements that allow him to be a visible presence in his children's lives, even if it occasionally leads to criticism for his protective instincts. Gradual introduction to royal duties. Despite their efforts to provide a relatively normal childhood, William and Kate know that their children are in line to inherit considerable responsibilities. Prince George, who is third in line to the throne, will one day be king, while Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis will also have significant roles. To ensure their children are not overwhelmed by these future expectations, William and Kate have taken a gradual approach to introducing them to royal duties. The couple allows them to participate in select public events, such as trooping the color or holiday services, where they can experience public life without being thrust fully into it. Each appearance is carefully chosen, with the goal of exposing the children to the royal lifestyle in a controlled and manageable way. William's approach is one of gentle introduction rather than full immersion, a stark departure from the more rigid protocols that shaped his own childhood. By slowly integrating royal duties into their lives, William hopes that each child, especially Louis, will grow to appreciate the weight of their roles without feeling crushed by it. Protecting individuality within a shared legacy. A significant part of William's parenting philosophy involves respecting each child's individual identity. He wants Louis, George, and Charlotte to grow into people who see themselves as individuals, not just as symbols or extensions of the royal brand. William is keenly aware of the importance of fostering self-confidence and independence, especially in a family where public expectations can often define a person before they have a chance to define themselves. This approach aims to ensure that each child grows up with a sense of autonomy and personal purpose, rather than feeling like they must conform to a predetermined royal script. By encouraging curiosity, creativity, and personal exploration, William and Kate are fostering an environment where each child's unique strengths can flourish, even within the structured life of royalty. For Louis, this means being allowed to grow up with as much freedom as possible, making friends outside the palace walls and finding interests that are truly his own. Preparing for the future, balancing legacy and stability. The long-term goal for William's parenting approach is to cultivate an environment where his children, particularly Louis, can feel both secure and prepared for the roles they will inherit. While William has no intention of pressuring his children into their future responsibilities, he knows that preparing them incrementally can provide them with the tools they'll need to navigate a life in public service. He envisions a future where Louis, like his siblings, can contribute to the monarchy's legacy while also building a life that reflects his own values and interests. In conclusion, Prince William's parenting approach exemplifies a new model of royal parenthood, one that values privacy, compassion, and individuality over tradition for tradition's sake. By shielding Louis from undue media exposure, limiting social media influences, and creating a family-focused environment, William and Kate are redefining what it means to raise children within the royal family. Their commitment to nurturing a well-rounded, values-driven upbringing ensures that Louis and his siblings will be able to shoulder the responsibilities of royalty without losing sight of who they are. For William, this balanced approach is the key to ensuring that his children grow up to be not only capable royals, but compassionate, grounded individuals, ready to meet the future on their own terms.